is our accountant for the association, and he is going to give us an update on our accounting. So, Vishnu, thank you for coming. I turn it over to you.
Last note, the association passed a special assessment for $3 million in 2008 for roof replacement and concrete restoration and painting. The association is borrowing against the $3 million line of credit from Banco Popular and billing unit owners for each phase of the project as work is begun. Roof replacement, billing on $1,740,720 began June 1st, 2008 for 84 equal monthly payments at 5.5% interest. Concrete restoration, billing on $1,400,000 began on 1/1/09 for 84 equal monthly payments at 5.5% interest. Painting, work not scheduled to begin until after the concrete restoration project is complete. So for Academy Roofing and Sheet Metal, for the roof replacement project, the original contract was $1,661,000. Net change orders was $144,120. The total project cost was $1,805,120. The work's been completed 100% and the contract has been paid 100%. The project is now complete. So the contract has been paid $1,805,120. The original special assessment that unit owners were billed for was $1,747,720. The total project cost being $1,805,120. So the project came in over budget by $64,400. So at some point, the board's going to have to address how to address that overage.
Why do the sequence of the check numbers vary?
Good question. The first two, you see 92, 91. As far as why the pay application were written that, I couldn't tell you. I mean, that's what we're presented with.
Do we have an account with you guys? I mean, do you guys keep an account only for Polynesian Gardens? Is that where the money's withdrawn?
You mean the bank account?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a good question. I'll take a minute and just kind of explain. You have, as an association, you have multiple bank accounts. Every bank account is in your name. The only authorized signers for the bank accounts are board members. Whoever the association and the board agrees who wants to sign on that. We have no rights to draw on the account, to write, to authorize, nothing. The process, just let me run through because I know you guys are new and I want to make sure everybody understands the process. The process that's in place is, and all invoices come to the association. The association authorizes the invoice and then codes the invoice. They send it to our office on a weekly basis through a courier. We have a courier that comes, I think, on some Thursdays. And the courier will pick up all invoices you want us to cut checks for, and it drops off all checks that you requested from the prior week. So when we get your invoices, we now put everything into the accounting system. We cut your checks and we send them back to you as a packet. And it's a board of directors packet you get once a week. And in that package, you'll have a cover sheet that's called a check disbursement report, and it will tell you every check that this packet is supposed to contain. So it'll have every check, it'll tell you what each one was coded to, and then individually, you'll have the actual check, and behind it, you'll have whatever backup documentation we were provided with, and that packet comes back to you. And then you get a separate packet for your files. You've been paying this particular expense, unlike all other expenses, the association has been writing the checks on this and sending us the backup on it. We have not been issuing checks on this.
Can I suggest we get a checkbook and follow the sequence of the checkbook? Because this is...
Well, look, our recommendation has been, and our recommendation will continue to be, that we issue the checks. We issue all checks for every other expense that you spend on the operating. The special assessment has been, for the association, the only exception to that.
We know the two figures. Of the $3 million we have spent, again, Vishnu, we've spent how much? Sorry.
Well,
2.1.
I want to clarify the word spent. You've borrowed 2.1.
I understand.
But the difference being you spent 1.8 on if you're leaving the roof aside. See, because the problem with the $3 million is it includes both the roof
and the concrete. To date, of the $3 million line of credit,
you've used 2.1.
So there's 900 available, 1,000 plus the 1.3. So obviously.
However, hold on.
Go ahead.
guys clarify something. Your $3 million line of credit is based upon receipts to be collected from the unit owner of $3 million. You've collected approximately $600,000 from unit owners since the beginning of the project. So from the $3 million, you have $2.4 million available to borrow against that line. You borrowed 2.1. So your available cash to borrow is $300,000 against the line.
300,000
Correct.
to borrow.
Correct.
You just lost me. We withdrew 2.1 million, so how do we only have 300,000 instead of 900,000?
Okay, you took out a loan, and your collateral in your loan was the ability to go after unit owners to collect special assessment money. That's basically the way it works. So in other words, you as an association passed a $3 million special assessment. The bank says, okay, I'm not going to attach your property as my collateral. I'm going to attach the payments you're going to be collecting against the special assessment. Well, that's $3 million when you start out. To date, however, you've collected $600,000 from unit owners. Well, if your total to be collected was $3 million, and you've collected $600,000, you've only got about $2.4 million left to collect from unit owners. Therefore, the bank's not going to give you more than you have the ability left to collect. So the bank's going to say, okay, at some point they're going to true up their numbers and they're going to say, how much money do you have left to collect from unit owners? Okay, I have $2.4 million. Okay, how much have I loaned you so far? $2.1 million. They're not going to exceed the amount of money, because think of it worst case scenario. Something happens and they now have to stand in place because you default on the loan. They're now going to say, okay, that's it. I'm now going to act as your receiver and I'm going to collect all the money. If they get paid 100%, how much are they going to collect? $2.4 million.
Right.
Well, if that's the maximum they're going to collect, that's the maximum they're going to loan you. So even though you had a $3 million line of credit originally, it's backed by collateral that's now not worth $3 million. It's now only worth 2.4 because the association's already received the benefit of $600,000.
I received information. I basically asked our attorney, has there been any recommendations from the attorney regarding the settlement that we received? And there has been none. And that's pretty much the update on that. There's no attorney recommendation for the spending of the settlement money.
Nothing to prevent us.
I don't want to start. I don't want to start a war here, but I'm 100% sure last week Monique said that there was a recommendation.
Well, let's just get clarification, because a lot of times when these things happen, it's miscommunication. So, as far as what you're saying that she mentioned that there was a response from the attorney regarding the settlement, and is that what you said?
Well, let me clarify what was said in the meeting. Something was brought up about how we had to spend the money, and as I indicated, I requested from our attorneys for them to tell us legally how the money had to be spent. My understanding from them is that it's because of the $220,000 pending with the public adjusters, they haven't given us that opinion as yet. So once that's done, then they will send us the written opinion, but it hasn't been completed. Then we have an opinion from the attorneys exactly how it has to be
Well,
spent.
they wrote 718 and God bless them.
No, it's proceeds from a lawsuit, and it tells you exactly how it has to be done. We have an
Do
opinion
you have
on
that, Hector, that part in 718 that we can forward it by email? So
Can the board see that opinion? Can we see
Well, why don't we just research, just double check and be on the safe side.
But they wrote an opinion, we paid for it, I want to see it. We paid for it, they did the research.
the opinion's here in paper or by email?
I'm not sure, but I know because it came up repeatedly at the board meetings.
Right.
Some people were saying how it has to be spent, so we told them we want to know legally how it has to be spent, what we do with the money, and I know they were.
Hector, if you could, if it's electronic, email, or in a hard document, that opinion from our attorney's office, get that.